I have always been fascinated by ghosts. Just the idea that something out there other than what we see after death, but it was always a non-tangible leap of faith. I've had a couple of experiences I can't explain, but that's a story for another time. In 4th grade, I discovered that ghosts have been captured on film. Holy shit, actual proof! Some have been faked, but others, who knows? Now we have entire websites and YouTube channels devoted to ghosts caught on film. I watch a lot of them. But between Photoshop, After Effects, and good old-fashioned camera trickery, I know I can't believe every image out there. Still, I do occasionally see something I can't explain, and I kinda hope not to. Sometimes it's just more fun to believe. This is Shudder. We opened with the wedding of Ben and Jane, played by Joshua Jackson and Rachel Taylor, minus her thick Aussie accent from Transformers.
Thank you all so much for being here, and...
Now get out so I can bone my bride. Did he marry a piñata? Say cheesy. They moved to Japan since Ben has a job there. Before texting, there was looking at a road map while driving at night on unfamiliar roads.
Asshole!
Ow, that's bad for the suspension. Not great for the pedestrian either. I know what I did last summer. I don't want to die by hook. When they regain consciousness, there's no sign of the girl, so their insurance rates are safe. But Ben's neck is jacked. More on this later. Ben is a professional photographer. Can you tell? I bet that camera saw a lot of sex on that honeymoon. Ben introduces his new wife to his coworkers. Just below camera, Jane is cupping Ben's nuts in a display of dominance. This is Bruno, played by David Denman. He shows our couple their new home. You can tell Ben appreciates an wide open floor plan. Looks like Jane's having fun with Dick. Jane is still thinking about the girl she may or may not have killed.
Slow down, bitch!
Their honeymoon pics are less than perfect. This is why you don't take pictures with a lit cigar in your mouth. Jeez, the Japanese have their own words for everything. Flipping the stereotypical image of the Japanese tourist taking pictures of everything, Jane is begging to get mugged. Ben's assistant Seiko, played by Maya Hansen, finds some images in Jane's camera she recognizes as spirit photos. This scene introduces another one of Ben's bros, Adam, played by John Hensley.
You remember that Russian hostess from the other night?
They are puss hounds, and that's coming back to bite them in the ass. And not in the way they prefer. They even work it on the job.
Did you see it?
Ben sees the girl, but she disappears. Speaking of ghostly photos, Seiko takes Jane to meet her ex, ghost photo expert Ritsuo, played by James Kyson Lee. There's more faking here than their honeymoon. Ritsuo assures Jane that not all ghost photos are faked.
Which ones are fakes?
Well, I know that you can't fake a Polaroid.
Red room, red room. Ben experiences a supernatural development.
Is everything okay?
I'm fine, I was just developing some bukkake pictures and it just got away from me.
Did you see it?
Jane doesn't see her, at least not yet. If I wanted to see dead people on the subway, I would have stayed in New York. Let me out, I'm an American. There's not enough urine on the subway. Jane walks home 30 blocks and still has to take the stairs. Oh, the humanity. Turns out Ben's pictures are ruined. Somewhere, digital camera enthusiasts are snickering. Jane mentions seeing the girl, and of course, Ben is doubtful.
I think she's dead.
Great, great.
They have a big fight. Oh no, they have so much chemistry. The next morning is awkward. Oops, grabbed the wrong magazine. Somewhere some kid has my hentai. You're up early. I see it's bitch o'clock. Out of the carton. Really? The doctor is no help.
一度降りてください。
出しておきましょう。少し様子を見させてください。
Ben has a visitor while he works. And it's not who he thinks it is.
Did you see it?
Someone or something walks behind Ben, and then something happens that's downright chilling. Hey, it's me. I'm across town and nowhere near your dark room. Zoinks! A ghost! Ah, Aeon Flux! If your movie has too many jump scares, you become the jump scare.
You saw her.
Do you think she's prettier than me? Not now. They visit an expert who gives them exposition with extra steps.
Passion twists the spirit. Too much desire or love.
Looks like he's not going to be much help. Jane does some snooping on her own. Maybe the spirit is trying to tell her something. It could be a clue. It could be a trap. How helpful? 15th floor, insurance. 16th, real estate. 17th floor, vengeful spirits and eBay. This looks like every American remake of a Japanese horror movie ever made. Deserted hallway? Check. Slight bluish-gray color correction? Check. Flickering light? Check. Do they not have trespassing in Japan? She starts taking random pictures, because that's okay apparently, with a borrowed Polaroid hoping to spot something. This seems kinda dumb, but, well, you can't argue with results. Hey, she looks familiar. Now we have a name for the ghost, Megumi. Played by Megumi Okina. And look who took the picture. Somebody has some explaining to do. Get ready for the most terrifying scene ever. Malfunctioning camera equipment. Lay off the sake, man. Confession time. Ben and Megumi used to date. Her parents didn't approve and she gives him a fancy camera. She got all needy, he wasn't into her as much, so he had his bros talk to her. If you can't see me, I'm holding up air quotes when I say talk to her. Anyway, never saw her again. Not exactly.
Funny, I saw her the other day.
Meanwhile, Adam is being a creep. This is a ploy he's used to get women in the past, and glitchy images aren't enough to deter him. You know it gets chicks hot? Exploding eyeballs. She's all yours. Megumi ain't done yet.
Did you see it?
The music is way too loud to not have anything here. Now Bruno's not answering his phone and making crazy mosaics. Yeah, he's losing it, but his sauce is still top notch. But they ain't saving shit. Birdman, no! I believe I can fly. She killed his friends, even though they only talked to her. Just so you know, I'm doing the air quotes thing again. Leaving the country won't seem to change anything. Megumi was with them since before the crash. Even way back in New York.
Then we have to find her.
Ben and Jane check out Megumi's last known address. Another one. You're never alone when there's malt liquor in the hizzy. Never a good sign. Look at me, Megumi. Leave my man alone, bitch. No, don't get up. Okay, you can have him. Looks like she downed at least 3 bottles of potassium cyanide to kill herself. For this guy. Yeah, I don't get it either. By the way, this means they ran over a ghost. Kick her while she's down, why don't you? Megumi is scheduled to be cremated in the morning. I don't think I want to be around when those fumes get released in the fire. Hopefully that'll be the end of this nightmare. Not even close, muchacho. Aw, she just wants to be held. That night, Megumi plays Ben a visit. Not a sexy visit, but the loud music kind. It was all in his mind, but the bedwetting is very real. We're building to another jump scare, aren't we? Megumi was so murdery with his buds, why the cat and mouse all of a sudden? Martha? It was worth a shot. Suddenly, Ben remembers why he dated Megumi in the first place. Jane wakes to Ben choking on flies and slime, then gets into a fight with the curtains. I'm not even joking. She yells at the ghost and it goes away. Maybe you should have tried that before. Maybe the cremation will finally put Megumi to rest. Okay, that is the most elaborate hearse I have ever seen. American hearses are so boring. They should do it, right? Right? Enough Japan. Back to New York, where nothing bad ever happens. Aren't you done with cameras by now? Reliving memories from, what, a month ago? She develops some film and finds a flip book from beyond the grave. Ooh. Megumi's trying to tell her something. She finds Ben's old camera, complete with memory card. At least she doesn't have to wait for them to be developed. This way Jane can be revolted a lot sooner. These are pictures of Ben's friends talking to Megumi. Finger quotes. What did you do to her? The full story finally comes out. So to get Megumi off his back, Ben and his bros drugged Megumi so they can take some blackmail pictures. With the camera she bought him. No wonder she's got a grudge. Oops, wrong movie. Which I feel like would incriminate them just as much. It gets out of hand, leading to Adam and Bruno raping Megumi while Ben does nothing.
She wanted me to see the man that she knew.
Let's just take a moment. Wait.
Jane has had it. See you in divorce court, asshole. Ben starts taking Polaroids, looking for Megumi. He checks the entire apartment but can't find her. This is the climax, by the way. So he throws the camera in frustration and it snaps one last selfie. So the explanation for his sore neck and the unexpected weight gain, which they only mention now, Megumi's been hitching a ride. He's got a solution. Brand himself with the camera flash. Hey, it worked on TikTok. I'm not sure where he got this idea, but give this man a YouTube channel. Steve-O would be proud. Well, so much for the warranty on that flash. Relax, Megumi. He'll take care of this vengeance for you. He lived, but he's institutionalized. Left to ponder how digital photography has changed his profession forever. But at least he's got a friend.
Did you see it?
Everyone should have someone that looks at them the way Megumi looks at Ben. And that's Shudder. A married couple is haunted by the husband's dead ex. Does this sound familiar at all? I just realized this is a fucked up version of the Noel Coward play Blithe Spirit. Ben and Jane don't feel like a couple to me. They physically canoodle, but I don't see why they even like each other. You get the idea Ben is sus when his friends are so shady. On the surface, Megumi is a vengeful, haunting spirit, tormenting everyone with loud strings and jump scares. But she's actually the true hero here. She's just trying to warn Jane about Ben and his rapey friends. I think in the end she got what she wanted. Ben's all hers and he can't complain about it. Not a lot they could do with Megumi. Stand in the shadows, slowly turn her head, walk slowly. It stopped being spooky and got old halfway in. They set the movie in Japan and you'd think they were going for the fish out of water, language barrier approach to isolate Jane. But she gets so much assistance that she may as well be speaking Japanese. Photography is the recurring element in Shudder, so the cinematography is at least pretty. I like it when filmmakers place ghosts in frame without making a huge deal about it.
Did you see?
No, we're not doing that anymore. They do that a few times here, but the rest of the time, the music telegraphs anything supernatural, and that just sucks any emotion out of the shot. It's very by the numbers. Nothing really stands out about this movie. I feel like I've seen parts of it in other better movies. They obviously tried to capture the success of The Ring and The Grudge remakes, but they fell back on jump scares too many times. Boo, don't know when to be scared? Don't worry, the music will tell you when something is supposed to be scary. I think of it as a horror laugh track, or a light up applause sign. How many of you applauded just now? Even if it wasn't a remake, it's really derivative. This movie is lazy. They took a lot off their original and blunted it and dumbed it down. Bland, generic, cardboard. This movie is also kinda boring. Jump scares are not plot points. It's the movie's way of poking you awake. It was a box office success at $40 million, only because its budget was $8 million. I only own a copy of this movie because it was $1 and I was planning to review it anyway. And I'm still not sure I'm gonna keep it. Shudder 2008 is 1B. Watch the original Superior Thai version, which itself isn't perfect, but it puts in the effort and scores 4.5 Bs. That movie is scary and unnerving, and it doesn't insult the audience. And the remake does. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, you know, the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles. That's Stutter. Stutter?